guys, Rob here with McDojoLife. And the footage you just watched was MMA fighter Sinead Kavanagh recently in an altercation, allegedly, on a flight versus two officers. Let's check out the story. Irish MMA fighter Sinead Kavanagh was reportedly arrested after allegedly assaulting two Spanish police officers at a Ryanair flight traveling from Gran Canaria to Dublin. The outlets note that Kavanagh allegedly, quote, repeatedly struck two officers while resisting arrest on the aircraft. She was eventually arrested and detained at the airport's holding cell. In footage recorded by another passenger, Kavanagh is seen grappling two officers as they are trying to hold her in the aisle of the plane. We watched that earlier. "Don't do this, please," a woman is heard shouting during the recording of the scuffle. A civil guard spokesperson said that the police were called to remove two female passengers from the plane. The pilot requested police presence because of two passengers who were causing problems on board a plane that was about to take off, they said. Officers were going to identify them and take them off the plane because the pilot had decided they weren't going to fly. Kavanagh appeared in court in Spain on Tuesday, November 25th, where she was released on bail. One of the officers whom Kavanagh allegedly attacked was placed on medical leave, according to an outlet. It is not known whether the other woman will also be arrested or placed under a travel ban. Kavanagh has won 5 MMA championship titles. The 39-year-old from Dublin transitioned into mixed martial arts after competing as an amateur boxer in Ireland and regularly takes part in featherweight division of Bellator MMA. Kavanagh is a member of the SBG Ireland team and is friends with fellow MMA fighter and former UFC champion Conor McGregor. The Unified Association of Civil Guards called the incident, quote, shameful, as they complained of having, quote, no resources and a post on X thought to be about the scuffle. No protective barrier. Aggressor-free. Officers on sick leave. We're the only defense for citizens, and we face professional fighters unarmed and without resources, they wrote. Let's unpack that. At the very least, from the article that I just read, there doesn't seem to be a lot of information about what started it, what was going on, and I'm sure other outlets may have covered that. I personally have not seen the who, what, when, why, other than what I just read. But just to toss it out there, if you're a professional MMA fighter in the public eye, fist fighting two police officers on a plane doesn't look good. What I have never understood about people being removed from the plane is once they have decided you're getting removed from the plane, you're getting removed from the plane. There is nothing you're going to say to get yourself out of it. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing to stop the police officers from coming in. All you're doing at that point is just being a dick. What you have now done is decided that your problem is going to be everybody else's problem on that flight. There could be people going to visit their dying family. There could be people out there trying to get to a job interview that could change their lives forever. And here you are being that selfish to the point where you're willing to fist fight officers instead of just getting off the damn plane. If you would have just gotten off the plane, you probably wouldn't have been arrested. You see videos like this all the time. This isn't the only time that a professional fighter has gotten into a fist fight or a professional athlete has refused to get off a plane. But good Lord, think about people other than yourselves. Like I said, they've decided you're getting off the plane, and I gotta tell you, you're getting off the plane. Like, you may be a professional fighter, you may be a world champion fighter, and that is very cool, but at the end of the day, you are still not above the law in this situation. That pilot says get off the plane, get off the plane. I mean, come on. This is ridiculous behavior. It's childish behavior, and it doesn't make you look good. And as a matter of fact, you're just alienating people on that plane who might even be fans of yours. Can you even imagine what it's like to be a female athlete, to work your way up to the topmost elite levels in a male-dominant sport, and a sport, mind you, where regardless of your gender, you yourself are going to have to go through a lot of bullshit in order to get to the top of the elite. But you are at the top of the elite. You are somebody people are looking up to. And there possibly could be little girls on that plane, women on that plane who are looking up to you. They're looking at you as being some kind of beacon in the martial arts industry, and you go off and decide that you're going to fist fight two police officers and act a fool. That's ridiculous behavior. This brings us to the question of the day. The question of the day is brought to you by Academy Safe. Academy Safe is a martial arts organization looking to try to clean up the industry by getting more martial arts instructors to do background checks, CPR, first aid, and more. Most people don't know this, but in the martial arts industry, there is 0 regulatory bodies in the United States. Now, of course, there are some for sport, like USA Boxing or USA Wrestling, but ultimately to open a martial arts studio in the United States is 0 required. So, if you want to make sure that your martial arts studio is doing better for yourself or your students, make sure it's Academy Safe. Now, ultimately, we don't know why she was kicked off the plane, at least in this story anyway. But what we do know is when she was kicked off the plane, she decided instead of being an adult and walking off the plane, she needed to fist fight some police and wrap up some charges, which is not smart as an adult. Now, I myself, like most of you, have probably been on an airplane once or twice, and if you have, you may have seen some crazy stuff just like this occur. So my question to all you beautiful people out there, what is the craziest thing that you've ever seen happen on an airplane? And it couldn't be just necessarily something that you yourself saw in person. Maybe you saw it online. Maybe it's something you heard about. But I want to know what's the craziest thing that you've ever witnessed on an airplane. Make sure you answer the question of the day so that way I know you watched the entire video, but also so we can be entertained by different people's stories about what happened on airplanes. As always, thank you all for the likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, memberships, and all that other crap. Keep the martial arts legit.
My baby got robbed the other day by degenerates. So she wanted to learn some new form of this self-defense. So she did her research and perused it online and found this dude said he could move shit with his mind. He call himself Seafood Paul Zimmerman. He got a dojo with a strip on here, Cinnabon. Now she spends all day trying to